Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. Today is January 8th, 2024, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, U.S. tech stocks make an about face and sell off. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So we have at 9 p.m. South African time, FOMC Meeting Minutes. That's to the FOMC Fed rate decision last time they're going to be speaking about. Now, looking at the markets today, starting out with the Forex and most major pairs really unchanged, while we shift over to the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, specifically the NASDAQ sells off of those tech stocks. Now, looking at commodities, gold consolidates while oil gets a very slight gap up this morning. Now, looking at the stocks, specifically, it's Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia that sell off the market. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin gets a fade opportunity and makes an about face and sells off as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now it's not doing much. It's just really just shifting. We had that big bounce. We have a little bit of a sell-off, and now we're really just consolidating at this lower range. Looking at the GBP, same story, okay? It's just not selling off as much. What I do want to highlight is the Australian dollar. The Australian dollar did not get much of a bounce and is back on its lows, which means it's pretty weak versus the US dollar, and it may even go lower. So this is one I'm going to keep on the radar for a longer time frame, okay? Because remember, we're right there on supportish level and we did not bounce. That's huge for the Australian dollar, and that would place us somewhat almost at all-time record lows versus the dollar. Now jumping into commodities, first with gold, doing nothing here, really unchanged at 26.52. I want to stay away from it. Looking at crude oil, a little bit of a gap up. You see that quite literally this morning where we got this big gap, a decent gap up. I won't say a big gap up. And then we retraced down to the 30-day moving average and pushed above it. Now we are trading above $74. Now it's not big moves. It's 20 cents, 30 cents, but it is on a way where it could push this upper limit, and especially there's some things happening demographically around the world that is pushing oil higher. So keep an eye on it because it might be a really good trade. Now looking at the US markets, Dow Jones just sells off a little bit, but the NASDAQ was the one who sold off. That was the one the previous day that was so strong and moved the markets higher, right? And then it peters out and doesn't, which is kind of giving me a sense where we've topped out maybe on some of these tech stocks. Could be, at least for now. So let's take a look at them one by one. Apple sells off to 242. If we look at Facebook, Meta, also selling off to 617. Okay, so that's almost like a double top up here. Okay, if we look at Microsoft, also obviously selling off. It's usually a weaker one, but Tesla also selling lower to below $400, which is really very important to keep note. And Amazon also selling off back to its 222-ish level. And let's take a look at Netflix since we're doing it. Netflix also even sold off, which was one of the stronger ones. And Nvidia, complete about face, complete. Just a massive sell-off from yesterday from 150 down to 138. That's a huge sell-off. So keep an eye on these today as to which way we're going to go, as the markets are digesting this. And Bitcoin didn't do any different, right? Bitcoin did the same thing. Hit that 101, 102-ish level yesterday and then petered out and is trading at 95K once again, okay? So the markets are very choppy, no follow-through, and that is kind of the environment you got to follow yourself into, as there's, not been follow-through, okay? A stock that has been strong, or a market that has been strong, I would expect it to be strong 2-3 days in a row, not to have these one mega event one way and then a mega event the other way, which is very difficult on traders and those that are taking swing trading as positions which are a little bit longer. This is the Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.